it's Elisabeth here. Thank you for joining me today and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to run through the beautiful Noel collection from Craft Consortium, which was another one that was designed by this lovely lady here, Clare Therese Gray. So this collection came out earlier in the year, but I'm one of those types of crafters that tends to make my Christmas cards as we enter the autumn season. So I've got a few design team samples that I'm going to share with you, but also some of my newer cards that I'll be sending to friends and family this year. So some of these things have been used. I didn't have a complete collection, but I will show you what I have and it will give you a fairly good idea of the delights within this beautiful set. So this is the 12 by 12 pad, and again it contains 40 double-sided sheets. The papers are 200 GSM, which makes them perfect for scrapbooking or for your card making or for your 3D projects. And within here you've also got some pearlescent papers, which are 150 GSM, still excellent quality, and all of them depict these stunning hand-drawn images, including the roller skates or the ice blades, the robin, the bells. There's a beautiful little angel who looks like a little babushka doll. Let's open it up. The thing that makes these papers stand out is the subtlety of this delicate pale blue, which has been mixed with these pale pink and the fuchsia red, really, flowers. They're like poinsettias. And here you have your additional topper elements, so you've got quite nostalgic images like the VW Beta, which I particularly love because I used to have one of these cards. This is this fabulous angel who is rather like a old-fashioned babushka doll, and this comes in one of the stamps and it's really lovely to work with. I also like the ice skates, and the baubles work really well too. So on the back of these particular papers you've got this delicate snow blizzard type of set scene, but you really do need to get the papers in front of you to see just how joyous these colours are. So we're back into nostalgic Christmases of long ago, and you've got the Victorian style Christmas tree and the baubles. So you've got it with the blue background and the white background. So some of these elements are pretty easy to cut out and layer up. Papers, again, it's quite Victorian in its feeling. So you've got Joy to the World and Merry Christmas, and then the old fashioned stamps. So the way to approach this is to either use these as background papers and then just add a simple sentiment or two, or take the time to cut these out, because then you've got stockings and baubles and little angels to work with. These papers are beautiful. This green is a really rich evergreen, but it's not overpowering, and because you've got the delicacy of these flowers with the little details on them, I'll bring them up so that you can see just how intricate these illustrations are. So you don't have to do much with the papers because the illustrations are doing all the work for you. This is another beautiful colour combination. So you've got the cheery robin, and then you've got the very rich red with the mistletoe flowers and the little berries and some sprigs of fir. There we go. And then you've got your partridge that could be in its pear tree. So you could just take a circle die and cut some of these out with a simple sentiment, and then you've got some very quick and easy Christmas cards. And those are the types of things that I'm going to be working on this week, which I will endeavour to show you a bit later on. So again, these little images, everything is repeating so that you can see how these colours here will mix in with these colours. So as always, all the colour combinations will work together. This is a beautiful page. This is one of my favourite pages, probably because it's got the pale blue and the white, and I like these kind of colour combinations, but it's just a simple snowflake design. And there's plenty that you can do with these sorts of papers. And then we're back on to this one here is embossed. So the baubles and the little angel are slightly shiny. And then we work our way towards the back, and you've got this very subtle dove grey. Again with a combination of the spruce leaves and the pine cones. And then right at the back you have your much larger elements that you can cut out and use as a focal point on your card. So with this particular collection I was rather drawn to these stamps, and I spent quite a lot of time stamping these out in grey ink and then colouring them up. And you'll see in some of my cards that this angel featured quite prominently, as did these baubles and this fabulous little car. They're all excellent quality, and you can mix and match them as you go. So you've got things like the candy cane and the holly and the mistletoe berries and this iconic Noel, along with the mistletoe, and that was very lovely to colour up, and the baubles again. And what I tend to do is, because Craft Consortium very kindly give you coloured images, I use these colours or the colours in the paper to help me when I'm attempting to colour in the stamped images. So in my card I changed the car colour, but I still use the shadowing effect to help improve my colouring. And then you've got the stocking there as well. So these are a couple of the stamped images that I did. And another quick trick is to stamp it out 2 or 3 times and then layer it up, because then it makes you feel like you're working with one of the wooden embellishments. So there's the mistletoe, and then I had a go at one of the baubles. So I'll now move on and I'll show you the embellishments. So this time you've got these tiny little silver wreaths, and they've all got a hoop so that you can easily thread them with a little piece of twine. And then we've got bells that I'll have to just show you a couple, because some of the others I've used. Also included are a few wooden embellishments which are very popular within the collections. Again, I only have a few of them, but they give you a very good idea of just how good the quality is. And again, I use this angel to help me when I was colouring up my own version. So let's move on and have a look at some of the cards that I made. So this is the first one that I did. So I took one of those pages where there's several mini items that you can cut out. So it did take quite a lot of time to cut them out, but I think it was worth it. Then I took the dark green berry paper as my background and then flipped it over and put the reverse on the inside, and then I created a wreath which I then layered up with all the Victorian little elements. Here's another one of those wooden embellishments, and this time I cut out the Noel from that sentiment page to create a tag. A little bit of glossy accents always helps to finish off the card. Let's move some of these things out of the way, and that'll give us a bit more room. I also stamped out these pretty little poinsettia sprays, and I put them into the four corners of the card, coloured them up with pens and pencils, and then layered them up onto that very pretty pink paper. Again, the Noel came in handy, so you can either stamp it out or you can cut it out. Let's move this one out of the way. Here's another one of the bauble cards. So again, more colouring in. So there it is, the size of the wooden embellishment. So you can see it's slightly smaller than the stamps, but you can use a variety of them. And this time I coloured them up, and I did 2 or 3 layers just to thicken up the embellishment, and laid it up onto that grey fur paper to give the illusion that 3 baubles are hanging from the tree. This is one of my favourite cards. I don't think I'll be able to give this card away. So let's have a zoom in on this one so that you can see why I like it just quite so much. So it did take a little time to work out, but I coloured up the VW Beetle. I inked it with grey rather than black, because sometimes black can be too harsh, and I took my time to colour in using the stamps so that you can see where the shadows work. Then I die cut it out, and I made these panels from that very pretty pale blue paper before layering the car onto the top. So yeah, I think that's probably my favourite card, or it could be this one. Let's see, you'll have to tell me in the comments below which one. As you can see, I am very drawn to this pale blue paper, but I haven't even used one sheet up yet. But again, I stamped and coloured in this beautiful little angel and the mistletoe. So you can see that a lot of these cards were made from an afternoon's colouring in of all these different elements, and then I still have some in my stash. I've used some of the enamel dots, so I do believe that a set did come with this collection, but I don't have them to hand at the moment. And then to finish off this card, I die cut out a background from pale blue glitter card, and this is a Craft Consortium stamp, so it's part of the Deco square, and it's actually this element. So you've got the mat, and then you've got this inner edge, and I just think that that gives you a nice holding background for this little angel to sit upon. So yes, another very pretty card. And then to finish it off, I made something a little bit different, and I took the angel and I put her within a very easy snow globe that you can pick up probably at Hobbycraft or something like that. And then I made my own little band to cover the outside and stuck those tiny little elements around the edge. So when you shake it up, there you go, it all settles, and then you can see that you've got the angel behind. It's a bit tricky to show it in this camera angle, but yeah, just a nice little Christmas ornament, a little bit different, isn't it? So there you go, those are my samples for the Noel collection. I will try and pop back and share with you on my social media some of the other cards that I make this year. Some of them will need to be a surprise for the recipients, but it's another beautiful collection designed by Clare Therese Gray, so I really hope that you enjoy using it. Please do share your work with me, and join the Craft Consortium network on Facebook, because everyone there loves to see your work. Let me know what you think of the cards that I'm making, and if there's anything in particular that you would like me to share with you, then please do let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.